Hello, my ninjas. This guide will show you how to use the Flame Dragon. This jutsu reads, when used, these scrolls summon a ring of fire around you and shoot out balls of flame. This is slightly inaccurate because it's really just one ball of flame. However, this is a hidden skill from the Darkness in the Capital DLC. The jutsu cost is kind of high at a 2.5, and the total amount preparable, regardless of the jutsu cost, is extremely low at a total of 3. This jutsu is among the fastest jutsu on the initial cast, but to complete the animation from start to finish is one of the longest, being slightly longer than the Exorcist Blade. The range of this jutsu is decently long, but will dissipate after a certain distance and flies in a linear, slightly upwards direction. This can be used when the player is out of key, which can be an extremely viable strategy. This jutsu serves a few purposes. Unlike both the Exorcist Blade and the Umbral Bullet, this creates a small aura field that rapidly staggers human enemies that are too close. However, this stagger does not work on yokai unless their key is already broken, before launching the large fireball at the target that has tracking but it is comparatively low. This is by far the most damaging jutsu in a vacuum, only being surpassed by the flaming heron jutsu only when a yokai or enemy is already key broken. It also inflicts scorched, of course. Despite the stuns and the appearance of a barrier, it does not protect the player from projectile attacks. Enemies with hyper armor can power through the jutsu and grab the player, thus preventing the player from completing or casting the jutsu. While I haven't tested on every single yokai, these do not seem to have the same capacity to stun lock like the Exorcist Blade and Umbral Bullet against yokai. This can also be used to extend a no key combo like the Exorcist Blade, which, if you do not know, is a term the Nioh community uses to reference abusing the human enemy game mechanic of how it prevents players from constantly hitting human enemies when they fall to the ground, as it will, after 3 hits after their key broken, force the human enemy to stand back up, which can be used to maximize damage or keep human enemies in a low key and consistently key broken state from combos. I find these are best used in scroll missions, as these jutsu are derived from the Ninja Gaiden series, where these jutsu are used, as scroll missions most closely structurally mimic the effective kill box scenarios, where pacing and zone denial mirror the original series. Contrastly, I effectively treat this as a finisher move, where I will get key break an opponent, get behind them, and stun lock them with the constant staggers of the jutsu and benefit off of the increased backstab damage and try and deal as much damage to opponents as I possibly can.